This is the story of Desmond Tutu, the man whose joy became a revolution and whose laughter healed a wounded land. The world knew him by his purple robe, his kind eyes, and his radiant smile. But behind that smile was a man who had walked through shadows and still chose light. He was born on October 7, 1931, in Klerksdorp, South Africa, under the long, heavy shadow of apartheid, a system built to divide, humiliate, and break. But even as a boy, Desmond Tutu refused to believe that skin could measure a soul. His father was a teacher, his mother a cleaner. They taught him kindness, and that even when the world refuses to see your worth, you must never forget it. Originally, Tutu dreamed of becoming a doctor, but poverty redirected his path. He studied theology instead, and in 1961 he was ordained as an Anglican priest. He carried no weapon, no army, only words, faith, and laughter. As in the 1970s and 80s, as South Africa burned with protests and bloodshed, Tutu's voice rose like a song of courage. He spoke out against apartheid, not with rage but with moral thunder. He said, "If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor." The government feared him, the world listened to him, and the people, black and white alike, began to call him the Arch. Even when death squads hunted activists, Tutu marched in his flowing purple robe, carrying a Bible instead of a gun. When soldiers raised their rifles, he raised his laughter. When fear spread like fire, he answered with hope. He preached that freedom must never come through hate. He said, "Goodness is stronger than evil. Love is stronger than hate. Light is stronger than darkness." In 1984, Desmond Tutu received the Nobel Peace Prize, recognizing his fearless stand for human dignity. But he wasn't finished. When Nelson Mandela was freed and apartheid finally ended, South Africa faced a new question. How do you heal a nation broken by centuries of pain? Tutu was chosen to lead the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, a bold and painful experiment in forgiveness. There, victims told their stories, and perpetrators confessed their crimes. It was not perfect, but it was human. And Tutu wept, prayed, and laughed through it all. He said, "Without forgiveness, there is no future." Even after apartheid fell, Tutu continued to speak truth to power, whether it was against corruption, injustice, or greed. He believed that peace was not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. When asked how he managed to stay joyful despite witnessing so much suffering, he simply smiled and said, "Because God has a sense of humor, He must to have made us." Desmond Tutu passed away on December 26, 2021, at 90 years old, surrounded by love, laughter, and the legacy of peace he had planted. And even now, in the heart of South Africa, when thunder rolls and children laugh freely in the streets, his spirit seems to echo through the air. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. The moral of the story: real courage is not only in fighting oppression, but in forgiving without forgetting. Laughter, when born from love, can heal even the deepest wounds. Every legend carries a lesson. Stay with the Story Vault for more.